And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Right, we just heard the song Flesh by Surveillance, but it's spelled super crazy. It's 5RVLN 5. Heyo. They have a debut album, The Black Mark, which comes out March 3rd, 2020. You can also pre-order the band's CD on their Bandcamp page. Mm-hmm. And then we heard a Scarson track that was The Lie. Well, I am Luco Blaze, if I could remember my name. Luco Blaze, Morgan Danielle. We're in the basement. We're in the dungeon tonight.
Perfect.
And we are here rocking out for us with the first time Fate to Suffer. That makes sense, right? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
What episode is that for you guys?
What episode, Morgan?
373?
373.
Nice.
Roughly?
Right around there.
374-ish.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band? And if anyone, this is the full lineup, right? We're not missing anyone?
We're missing a vocalist, but that's okay.
That's all right.
To be continued with that.
Okay.
I'm Justin Drigovich. I'm a rhythm guitar player.
Sean Fagan, bass.
And I'm Tim Bowman. I play the drums.
My name is
Throwing pens at
Felipe
you.
Alvarez. Play guitar, do some leads sometimes.
All the time.
All the time.
Backing as well. What are you cutting
Little
yourself short over
harmonies
there?
here and there.
He just does leads the whole time.
He is the lead guitar player.
He doesn't do any. It's just leads the whole.
From
right.
start to finish, he's the lead player.
Could you imagine if there was a band that was like,
If he had his way, that's exactly how it would be.
"Man, we're trying to get the song done. Will you quit shredding over there?"
He loves the whammy bar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He ends up throwing it in my face.
Like that cat guy.
No rebuttal?
Too many harmonics and too many shredding for him. It's not lows enough for him.
So the first time on, give us the background of how you guys all came to be, how you all met, how the band formed, and everything. The dirty details, please.
You're up, dude.
Oh,
It doesn't have to be dirty. It could just be
The
clean.
clean
A
details.
repeat of the talkative. All right.
It all started with someone we know.
Yeah, for sure. So we were at a benefit of a buddy of mine, Mike Flaherty. I'm sure everybody knows who Mike Flaherty is. Last year he died in March, and we had a well, we didn't have it. We were part of a benefit, and myself, Tim Bowman, and we were there. And then this guy I didn't fucking know comes up, Mike Dovich, turns out to be, hey, weren't you in Hurt Locker? I'm like, yeah. And then that was it. He was on my side the whole fucking night. And then we just like talking. And then he's just like, let's get something going. I know this guitar player, always talk about Skash, Felipe, And so long story short, night ended. I thought about it, contacted him, and I ended up going to Mike's house and meeting him there. And then we went to Felipe's house and then went over some stuff, and it was pretty cool. And
It all seemed to just fall together.
It did.
It was perfect.
it fell
was good
together
timing
really
for all of
fast,
us.
really easy. And that's really how it started, pretty much because of Mike Flaherty. And it was funny because I had so much music that I was working on with Mike that we actually ended up using in this band. Mike Flaherty was our bass player in These Are They, and it was a death metal project, pretty much headed by Paul Kerr from November's Doom, and it was one of the best things he said he's ever did. He was so proud of it, and then he passed so fast, it was just such a shock. So I felt like this was our shot to just keep this going and
carry the torch.
Yeah, exactly, and that's really how it all started.
And then how did you meet Tim and Sean?
Justin and I have been friends since we were about 12 years old.
Yeah.
So we grew up together.
Yeah, we played for a lot of years, but we never got anything off the ground. He was in a band called Afterlife from Indiana years ago, 90s death metal band. And other than that, I mean, Sean, I always knew Sean because Sean was my bass player in Hurt Locker for so many years.
I got a question. How did you meet Sean?
How did I meet? Oh, through our guitar player, Tim Moe.
What year was that?
Oh, jeez.
Old school.
2007.
What year was that? Old school.
Oh, it was 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's not that
Actually, it
old
was
school.
2006. Because
I thought you were going to say 1994.
It was
or some
2006 because we went on tour in 07.
shit. Okay.
So you had to learn like 10 songs before we left.
And how long did it take you to learn those 10 songs, Sean? 2 weeks.
Whose interview is this?
All right, moving on.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
Felipe.
I'm kidding.
I'm just joking.
Tell us more.
Moving
I'm
on.
kidding.
You got this. You got
Somebody's
this.
asking all
Felipe,
these
you got it.
questions, and I'm like caught off
Moving
guard. He's got him prepared. It's good.
No wonder why he's got a fucking booklet.
He's got his own questions for you
Yeah,
guys
no
written
shit.
down.
You guys don't even know.
I think it's a lead guitar
Moving
player
on.
thing.
I'm in a fucking interrogation
They take
room.
the lead.
Maybe you don't need a microphone.
Sound effects.
Yeah, nice. He brings his own sound effects. Cool.
So
That's extra, by the way.
this lineup, as it is, what was the formation? When? Give me the date of when this lineup.
April
came into being.
13th.
April
13th, 2019. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
That
was
is
so-
when we started.
it was.
almost a year.
First full jam, yeah.
And then what? You guys brought a CD with it has four songs on it. We're going to be playing all 4 tracks on there.
Awesome.
You guys say you have a CD in the works, a full length.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
Give me the background on killing things.
Killing things. Again, it was a name that me and Mike Flaherty were working on for so many years. You know, it's stupid. I'll be honest. Every time before, practice, Mike Flaherty would hit me up. He'd be like, hey, Double J, hey, we gonna kill things tonight? I mean, that's how he was, man. He had this little stutter, and he just was so full
I
of,
like that.
enthusiasm. And so he's like, hey, man, let's kill things tonight, man. Let's get together. And it stuck, and I was
love
just like,
that.
you know
How
what?
could you not like that?
Yeah.
And I had to use it. I just had to use the name, and we made it work. Made it. Fit
And it
with-
was separate. It was never supposed to be a name, was it?
No.
It just became a name.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
So this CD, the what we're playing tonight, Killing Things. Where was this recorded?
the Nook Recording Studios in New Lenox, Illinois.
And the full length also being recorded with Nick.
It will be. Yeah.
over there.
Oh, 100%.
By Nick. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We highly recommend Nick.
What's
He's
the
great.
ETA on the full length? And how many tracks are going to be on it?
There'll be 10.
10 tracks. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have it. Are you guys in the studio now? Recording. Okay.
No.
No, not now, but we're hoping to have that done by end of summer
Okay.
Yeah.
for sure.
It'll happen.
I'd say no later than August.
Okay. Okay.
without a
for sure.
doubt.
10
Yeah.
brutal tracks
That's right.
by August. You heard it first.
Yep.
August.
That's right.
We're holding you to it.
This is the first time it's been announced
You
for
fucked
August.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Breaking news.
Don't worry.
The heat's on now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heat's on.
Do you have all 10 tracks done? You know what 10
We have 8 tracks completed, and we're going to finalize the last 2.
2 other ones are pretty damn good
They are.
done.
It's a matter of just getting it,
tweaking?
tweaking,
Yep.
arrangement, you know. that
Little
kind of thing.
vocals, little shredding.
Little dive bombs. This guy.
That look he gave you, it seemed more like a lot of shredding.
Well,
A little bit
Yeah.
of harmonies.
oh yeah.
Sketch is a shredder. He's solid. You should wait until you hear that opening Killing Things solo.
Let's
It's
do
gonna be
it.
awesome.
You said the first track is an intro track.
It is an intro track.
It is
That
an
one-
intro track, but it will be its own track on the full length,
Okay. But it goes into the second song.
which is Killing Things. That
Yep.
starts
I-
off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
I recommend
let's
that.
play the intro into track 2.
The intro is
Awesome.
called
Yeah.
Flare.
Yeah.
Flare.
And we'll talk more about that when we come back.
Okay,
Sounds
cool.
good.
I'm a dude, and I'm inviting you to join me on a podcast about brews.
Does that include stouts?
Yes, of course it includes stouts. Like I was saying, join us every Saturday on the journey into...
Wait a minute. Do you guys do anything about like IPAs?
Yes,
Stuff like that?
yes, we do IPAs.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, join us on the Journey into Comics Network for Brews with Dudes.
Whoa, hey, have you guys ever... Do you care if I bring some Zima on?
Yes, I care if you bring Zima. Zima doesn't count. Zima's Dr. Dongo. Anyway, join us every Saturday for a podcast that delves into the craft brew world.
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Fuck you. Will you wear the blood?
All right, we are back rocking out in the dungeon of Fitz's Spare Keys. That was a twofer from Fate to Suffer. That was the intro song, Flare, and into the titular track, Killing Things.
You said titular.
Titular. The titular track, the title track.
I love that song.
Tits, spare geese.
It was actually the first song we ever wrote.
Kinda.
Hell yeah. What was that bad boy about?
Killing things in your life.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's not.
what it
It's
was.
it's you
It's
know.
not. It's not killing things or people.
Yeah.
Killing
Getting
things in your
killed
life.
and killing things.
Which can also be confused because the CD looks like
Yeah, it's pretty much an axe murder.
straight out of some crazy horror flick. Dude with crazy hair screaming,
kinda
axe
like The
blood flying off
Shining.
the axe.
Yeah.
That's how you wake up Monday morning and approach your bills in that
It's
fashion.
your worst nightmare.
That's how I woke up. Yeah, yesterday.
It's
And-
her
and
worst
Was it?
many
nightmare.
ex-girlfriends.
Just like this. You weren't around, but that's how I woke up.
That's how you pay your Comcast bill.
That's I actually have I have a machete next to my bed, so that
Yeah.
I was waving my machete
Have you sharpened it lately, though?
just on trees.
And
Well, that means no.
No,
Slacking hard.
it's sharp. It's sharp. I know. I use it.
Don't worry.
it's fucking
This
sharp.
weekend, when you're,
It just. I mean,
when you're staring off in the distance, you're gonna think to yourself,
I should
probably
sharpen my
sharpen my
machete.
machete.
I drive around with 4 machetes in my trunk too. Just zombie apocalypse.
But,
You never
but
know.
the only question is, which machete should I sharpen?
I'm just gonna sharpen the axe. I don't have a machete. Just
The
that
axe.
That axe.
My axe is in the garage. My
Moving
2
on.
axes.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide on the name Fate to Suffer?
That also has to do with Mike Flaherty.
Yep.
We were. It was a bigger shock to me. These guys don't really know Mike, but we were sitting around and we're always going through what the hell we're gonna call this new band, and I just kept going back to Mike, and then it's like, well, I'm suffering his fate right now, and that was it. And then we start thinking about it, and we're always, all of us is gonna, suffer someone else's fate. And we're always gonna hurt from it. So we're always, every one of us here has gone through it or gonna go through it. And so that's just how it is, just the way it is.
So currently, you guys are looking for a vocalist. Tell us a little bit about where you guys practice, what you're looking for in a vocalist, and how they can get in touch with you. Because obviously, you're wanting to release a album by the end of summer. So, what are your expectations?
And is there anyone in the pipeline? It's not official.
Well,
There is.
Here's what's going on. We have a guy to cover the obligations that we've made with these up and coming shows. He's going to take care of those. His name is Paul Richings. He's the ex-singer from Afterlife. I think he did some stuff with Sephiroth.
And the Arsonist's Daughter.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's
And
been
we're-
active in Indiana for a while.
We're very fortunate to have him come in and fill in,
Yeah, we are.
so we don't lose these shows.
Hell yeah.
As far as rehearsing, we play at the Rock Spot in Chicago, and we also have an ad that describes what we're looking for and where we're at and kind of what we're doing. And we're hoping that Paul plays this show with us at the Hobart Art Theater and just kind of has a heart change and wants to join our band full time. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm in.
I'm in with that.
Yeah.
It's more of what the music is calling for. He's more of your old school low death metal kind of sound, and
And that's in the ad description. You know, we were looking to move in a different direction.
Right.
We have a question. Yes, yes, sir. You in front with the tattoos on your arm. What question do you have for the band?
I like all that. I like all those descriptions and whatnot. However, to me, I think we need to find someone we've never met before in our entire lives. We need to find someone who is in a basement or behind closed doors. Someone who's going to fucking blow our fucking minds.
Good luck, kid.
And fucking... You know, guess what, Justin? One day, once upon a time, you were in a basement behind closed doors, just as I was. So guess what? He doesn't have to be 22 or fucking 58.
Justin, what were you doing in that basement behind closed doors?
I don't think legally we can talk about that.
Painted the walls, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, with blood of your family.
Ooh. Moving on, because guess what? I got the blood of the gods. Typo negative, bitch.
All right.
Moving on.
Oh, they make good tacos.
I want, cats. Cats. We feed you the cats. You've been eating cats the whole time. You've been hanging out.
All right.
So what I'm saying is that someone that we find as a vocalist should be someone we've never met in our entire life.
So you're still open to try out.
Well,
yeah.
We're always open.
Yeah, always open.
We're
someone
always
we've
open.
never met in our entire life and someone we've never heard of ever. That's what I like to see.
Cool.
So the ad that you guys can find is on your Facebook page. You
It's
shared
on our
it.
yeah.
I know that we shared it earlier this week, so
Thank you
people
for
can check
sharing
that
that.
up too.
Thank you.
That was nice of you.
And then obviously you have a taste now of what they sound like if you haven't heard them before from this podcast. So you can definitely check them out. Hit them up on Facebook and Reverb Nation.
And you said the new stuff is going to be different.
It's gonna be similar to the 3 songs that you guys have heard. Maybe a little heavier. There might be a little bit of some black metal type influence in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be us with our melodies, with our Skash on the guitar and Justin's killer riffs. It's gonna be us, but we are definitely are gonna explore,
evolving,
always evolving, always evolving.
Was this your first time recording with Nick Nativo?
It was our first time.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys had been in other projects before. So what was the difference of where you guys had been before previously with your recorded music to what you learned with recording with Nick?
What I've learned is technology is awesome.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what I've learned.
Wow.
The new stuff is cool. You can cheat a little if you need to. Not saying anybody did or any bands do, but there's that option. Also, you got to be on your game. Playing with clicks now. Before everything was analog and
You're going
recorded
way
live.
back, though. You're going before my shit.
Yeah, back in the day, everything was analog, and you did it live, and you only had so many takes to do it, and they captured your best take. And what I enjoyed about the process with the new stuff is just getting the feedback digitally of how you done and how you can improve. So it was really fun.
I worked with, you guys know, Chris Wisco, Chris DeJuric from Bell City Sound and Racine. He was awesome to work with. So was Nick.
Yeah.
Nick just happens to live right down the street from me.
Very convenient.
And
how convenient.
So we didn't have to crash out at his place for a couple
But
nights.
the new stuff is really cool to work with.
Me personally, because I've recorded with Nick too, is one day I went in and for some reason any words that ended with S, I just wasn't hitting the S, and I was like, okay, I'll go back in and knock out just the word.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, hold on. And he just clipped it off somewhere else. And he's like, there you go. Yeah. I'm like,
tell me about it. I know.
Awesome.
Movie magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a magician back there.
Yeah.
He's got a great ear.
There's 4 S's that I'd missed. I was ready to go record them again. He's like, no, hold on, let me just.
Yeah.
And he's like, there you go. And we listen to it. He's like, yep, there you go. I'm like,
and he's got a lot of producing
yeah.
talent too, not just recording talent. He's got some good input.
Oh yeah.
Hey, why don't you guys try this or try that? Maybe I like what you're doing over here. Maybe apply that over there. And we're all like, oh, well, maybe we should.
He helped me completely change a chorus.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And when I was in the, I'm like, man, this is how I wrote it. I like it like this. But then when I heard it recorded, I was like, holy fuck, this sounds way better.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good ideas.
Oh yeah. But it's good to also have that third-party ear
Always.
hearing it.
He's totally
because
objective.
they're not used to, you know, you've played it 100 times. You're used to it because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Someone else coming in, he helped me out when I was recording with him a ton.
It's a little bit of
Absolutely.
like a slice of humble pie too. You
Yeah.
go in there, you're like,
Yeah.
I got this. Like, I'm a drummer. I know how to play. And then he's like, hey man, we need another take. And then
This,
you
this,
do your
this,
other
this,
take,
this.
and then he goes, you got another one?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, all right, I'll do another one. One more? Okay. How are your legs holding up? I'm good.
Again.
So it's really cool. I learned a lot. It was awesome. I enjoyed the process.
So
I
it's
highly recommend Nick.
I
live
love
drumming,
being in the studio.
live drumming, recording,
Yes.
live drums, and
Yes.
everything on the CD too.
Absolutely, 100%.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He made me do every part every time, over and over.
I can't wait to get back.
until we captured the best version of that.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Now, what were some of your guys' influences growing up that got you started in metal music?
Oh my goodness. Well,
All right.
seeing that we just heard about Sean Reinhardt's passing and all, and you know he was huge for all of us. Obituary, you know, Malevolent Creation, Morbid Angel, bands like that. Those are huge for us, definitely.
I started off more on like the thrash side. So I was, I was a big German thrash guy, and
Ooh, German thrash.
yeah, you know, Creator, Sodom, the whole deal, and then
Sodom and Lust.
yeah, you know, but then also the Bay Area thrash, obviously, of course, too, but then some Canadian thrash and throw in some Annihilator, but yeah, so I was a big thrash head, and then early '90s, man, I got Slowly Rotten. It was all over. It was all over for me. I was a death metal guy from that point on. I mean, I love black metal. I was there around the whole, you know, Norwegian craziness.
Did you ever wear corpse paint?
No,
No corpse paint.
Only on Halloween. Only at some Halloween
But
parties.
you never played in a band with it on?
No, I did
That's
not.
silly.
I did not.
Please, no.
No, I didn't. But I do love a lot of black metal bands from different eras. But mostly, like he said, mostly death metal was my thing. Always from the early '90s or late '80s. You know, Deicide, early Malevolent Creation, Morbid Angel, just all of it. Bolt Thrower.
Yep. I was always attracted to the real big production, you know, like when Death Human came out. I was like, whoa, listen to that sound. That's amazing.
Yeah. We heard Sean Reiner play on Death Human. We're
Yeah.
like, I mean, we were also listening to Cynic too, but because the Cynic,
We knew about Cynic way before
they released
Death.
those demos.
We can hear you.
He's well aware of that.
Why are we making these sounds?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, so that's good.
Next
explanation.
question, please.
Sean and Felipe, what were some of your guys' influences getting into metal?
Oh, can I actually say something now?
Yeah, thank you. Which is why I've decided to buy this guy
Just
a
kidding,
shot.
Justin. That loosened my tongue.
Hey, there is a quiet person in every band. You have to have respect for them because once they do talk, then we have to tell them to shut up because they won't stop.
I'm Irish, so I'm never going to.
He's got the silent
The
rage.
good thing about this
Yeah.
guy is that when he says something,
Yep.
No.
He pounds your fist.
We
I
can't
got
see
it.
that. We can only hear that.
No.
It sounds dirty on the microphone, but he's just pounding his fist into his hand.
He's slapping Sean's ass.
Naughty. I don't know. My influences are like I'm like 10 years older than these guys. So I was like heart, dude. I was like when Priest and Maiden came out when I was in high school. I was like, holy fuck. We went to Dog Ear Records and bought the actual records. I still have them too. They sound like shit. But I knew like 50 Priest covers and probably like 100 Maiden covers. And I'm like big time influenced by Steve Harris. And whenever I get a chance, I'll try to put in. Right.
fingers.
Yeah, no
All
picks.
fingers.
Picks are
Picks are for bitches, right?
No, I was going to say
Joking,
something like that. I don't want to
joking, I'm
offend
just
anybody,
joking.
though.
I'm just joking. No, obviously not. No.
I was going to drop the F word or the G word, but whatever.
Don't worry. I'll
It's-
always be the asshole to do that for you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, just and now I love black metal. I love before turn of the century black metal, Emperor and Satyricon, Enslaved.
Totally.
All that shit and
No paint.
what?
No
paint.
Fucking jag.
Anyone
No
ever wore
paint.
the corpse paint live?
No,
No,
not
okay.
that was none of our.
No, I sweat too much when I'm playing, man. It'd be like all over my shirt.
No.
So okay, so the Iron Maiden and the Priest.
Yeah.
Way back. Okay.
Yeah.
Felipe, influences.
Uh-oh.
What were your influences got you into the metal? Look at that. Look. Oh, my goodness.
Start the timer.
I gotta say, the first thing that made me pick up a guitar was Metallica.
Hey.
Metallica.
Cliff.
Metallica, because
We would all be lying if we didn't agree with that.
I believe it was Ride the Lightning, and then Master of Puppets, and then Kill 'Em All, and then Injustice for All. So it was very out of order for me. And as a guitar player, the way it started was my friends were playing guitar, and I didn't want to be someone who followed them playing guitar. So I decided not to play guitar. But as they were playing and years went on, I fell in love with the music, and then I couldn't help the fact but to not play guitar. So they had nothing to do with it at some point, and so I just decided to move on. And then years later, here I am, and just saying, fuck it, learn every favorite band I've ever known, and learn every solo I've ever known, and eventually to start writing music, and you know, it just pushed me even further and further. And then eventually I was with bands that started playing live. And then, you know, the struggle was even harder because now, you know, who was going to play the solos? Who was going to write the songs? Who was going to, you know, maybe do backup vocals and whatnot? So here I was just like, hey, why not? You know, I was a young kid. I was only like 22. I think 22 is a young kid.
That's young.
And then, you know, just decided to buy better equipment, buy better guitars, and what can you do? Shred it fucking out, you know? Fucking shred it out, dude. Just fucking learn your shit, practice your fucking melodies and everything that gets involved with that, and
Who's your favorite shredder all time?
Jeff Loomis.
Hell
yeah. Good answer.
Hell yeah.
Jeff Loomis, easily.
He
I've
rules.
met him. I've met him.
He's what
Never
got
met
me.
him, but we've seen him live.
May I give you a short story about that?
Okay.
It's not good. It's not a good ending.
Okay.
Before that starts, he's the one who got me checking out Schecter guitars, which I love. But
So Jeff
Who,
Loomis,
Jeff
as you
Loomis?
know,
Yeah.
he's got a Schecter guitar, which I recently have bought. I went to, what was that place in Joliet? It's called The Tree now. What was it called back before?
Mojo's?
Yes, Mojo's.
Or the Forge.
So back when Jeff Loomis, you know, he was in,
Nevermore?
he was in Nevermore, and he started doing his, solo act. And he was on tour. And so I went there, and I had his DVD, his instructional DVD. So when I went there with a friend, and we were there, and he was like, dude, Jeff Loomis was there just 5 seconds ago. I just came out of the pisser, and I was like trying to take some shots and shit. And I'm like, bullshit, bro, whatever. Bullshit. And then so I'm standing on stage, I'm buying a t-shirt and whatnot. He's like, dude, there goes Jeff Loomis again. There he is. I turn around, and no shit, there's Jeff Loomis. I mean, this motherfucker's like 6'3" tall. He's got his long hair. I'm like, holy shit. And he's
Maybe
like,
you're
"Freak."
short.
Oh.
Maybe yeah, maybe you're not. You can't tell on radio, so go fuck yourself. So,
Hey.
6'3" is pretty tall.
Wow.
yeah. So anyway, so I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, man, what's up, man? I'm like, guess what, man? You're a very big influence on me. You inspired me to do a lot of separate things on guitar. I've learned a lot of, different melodic things and, all this different
Yeah.
stuff, diatonically speaking, etc. And I happen to have one of his instructional DVD labels on me, and I wanted him to sign it for me.
Okay. I love those, man.
Which he did.
Those were awesome back then.
He was so cool about it, man. And it just so happens that later that night, that after we saw the show, it was awesome. So he went on stage and he was doing the Jeff Loomis show, the tour. This was way before Conquering Dystopia. This was before Arch Enemy. This was before he was in all of that. This is when he was doing Jeff Loomis tour.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
I think this was like 2012 or 14, somewhere around there. It just so happens that night, I fucking wrecked my car. But moving past that.
Was that when we had seen him also, 2013-ish?
We saw him?
Jeff Loomis?
I think Devin Townsend.
Oh, yeah.
He
Where was that
opened,
at?
that was 2012 at
Devin-
Mojo's,
Devin
but Devin
rules.
Townsend Project headlined.
Because
And Armored Assault opened.
Did we see him at Reggie's?
No. I don't think I ever saw him at Reggie's.
That guy fucking shreds, though.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Devin Townsend?
besides that fact,
Well,
have you
Devin
guys
Townsend
ever heard
also,
of
yeah.
Conquering Dystopia?
Yep,
That shit is out of control, period.
it is.
So you asked me the original question, who's my favorite guitar player? Jeff Loomis.
Jeff Loomis.
And I had to give you the minimal
Had to give you the
Story
background, the story.
of how my entire life got fucking wrecked.
Because of Jeff Loomis.
And my car got ruined.
What kind of car was it?
It was a 2006 Chevy Blazer or 2004, something, I don't remember. It's been too long.
The
And-
Jeff Loomis model.
But the cool thing about it was I lost all kinds of killer weight. Because I was riding my bike everywhere, motherfucker.
It was good for you.
And not only that, but I met all kinds of sexy women too.
Riding
I
your
was losing
bike?
all kinds of weight. Yeah. Guess what? Women like guys who ride their bikes. You don't know it yet.
Until they find out why.
Yeah.
How would you
Until
pick
they-
him up on a date?
Yeah.
Because my testosterone was through the fucking roof.
I hope you got room in your trunk. So I'm going to put my
Bike in it.
Let's play another Feet to
That's
Suffer
happened
track.
too many
Please do.
times. You don't even know.
The next track on the EP, what is it called?
Break my will.
Oh,
Break My Will,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll find that one next. So here we go.
It's a hidden track.
Literally how I feel right now. No, I'm kidding.
I agree.
Break my
right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Like movies, music, television, and more? Oh my god. Well, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
Well, I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
All right, we are back with Metal Experience. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, hanging out here with Fate to Suffer, now currently seeking a new guitarist. Kidding.
And a bassist.
All right, we just heard another awesome track off of the
Kidding.
EP
We love Sketch. She's
called
awesome.
Break My Will. And what inspired that track?
That's a good question. Break My Will.
Freak left. That he took the reins on that
I think
one.
our old singer had something to do with Break My Will.
Yeah.
That was his tune.
I think it was what it was is for a long time he had been in so many bands.
It's true.
That he finally got one that was so awesome for him, and then he said, "Fuck that," and this one started happening for him, and that's why he called it that. Period. Moving past it.
That's the theory.
Okay,
It's one way to go about it.
put that one out there.
Sure.
See if it sticks.
Probably won't.
All right, so the upcoming album you said is due at the end of summer.
Yes.
Out of every song that you guys have created so far, though, what it could be new, it could be on this EP. What's been your favorite that you've wrote?
Like individually?
Could be, yeah,
Go
individually.
ahead, Justin. We'll go down the line here.
Man.
Are there names for the new songs?
Yes.
There are. It's so new. It's a hard. That's a hard question.
Are you guys writing vocals for the new stuff?
I got one.
Not us.
Okay.
I got a new one.
We've got
It's
some
called
words.
"Sleeping on Slabs."
Yeah,
That's a great song.
he does.
Sleeping on slabs.
Yep.
And the reason why
My personal favorite, coming from the drummer's perspective, is Break My Will. Because it's like heavy, it's super
You
groovy.
like jamming it?
It's got like a hook on it, and there's like a breakdown a little bit to a degree, like a small one. I like to jam on it for sure.
I think I don't know. Death Dealer is awesome to play as a guitar player. I don't think I have a favorite right now.
It's tough. It's tough.
There's a couple that aren't done. So
They're all your
Pick
babies.
a favorite.
Yeah.
They're all your songs. You've written every one of them. So
Because
pick a
you didn't
song.
want to.
Well, he wrote Pat itself.
He did write Pat itself.
Pat Itself's a great
Wonder what
song.
that's about.
Pat Itself. Skash wrote an excellent song called Pat Itself. It's one of our favorites. I will speak for the band. We love playing that song, and that's
He's sitting back wanting you to tell him more.
This is this guy's song. It's got an opening riff that's really kind of like groovy and cool with like a thrash beat to it, you know. And then it explores, you know, a little bit of a technical ability, you know, and it's got like a hook on it.
You want to know my favorite thing about this band is that Justin never runs out of ideas. That's what I love about him.
Well, there's truth to that. This is like the riff master.
He is the riff master in this band. He's like the James Hetfield of this band. He never runs out of riffs, and he always has fucking great fucking songs and riffs. And that's what I like about him.
All hail Riffmaster.
Yeah. But then the Skeesh comes in and throws his flair over it. Not, you know, throws his little, you know, that sprinkle, and then it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new song.
So
you can't see that. No, that's
Sean,
why I said sprinkle.
This is radio.
That's why I said sprinkle.
What's your favorite song, Sean?
My favorite song, probably "Killing Things." I think.
That's strong for
Probably
me
the
too.
heaviest
Yeah.
one.
I think Killing Things should be our opener every time.
It's a strong case. That's a strong argument right there. Yeah. it's just hard. It's hard to come out of the gate for the drummer.
Yeah.
For that one. I mean, there's nothing but hyper double bass through the whole fucking thing.
But that's what we want.
I know. It's
So
just,
let's keep doing that.
it's a good one to come out and bust you in the teeth, no doubt.
On your upcoming shows, are you debuting any new music?
We are. There's 3 songs that nobody's heard, plus a 4th. However, the vocalist who is taking care of vocals for these up and coming shows is only going to be able to play the 3 songs on the demo plus the other 3. But the 4th, the 7th and the 8th song, we're not going to be able to debut those until we lock down. So
Yeah.
there will be 3 songs that aren't on the demo on the show, for sure.
You said you were taking care of writing the lyrics to the upcoming songs. So
Yep.
Actually, that's been our guy filling in. He's come up with
he's
a lot
been
of cool
writing
stuff.
them?
Yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't care. He's like, if he's not going to be the guy, he's like,
Well,
it doesn't
the
matter.
3 tunes that are on the demo,
Yeah.
there's lyrics for.
Yeah.
And he's singing those songs how they're written, but the ones that hasn't heard yet, that we've already played with the original singer, he's kind of like rewrote those and made as his own. Those are definitely his own.
And so you're saying if you guys do end up getting a new vocalist,
Yep.
the sub-in vocalist he's like, take it, you can use it. If you don't want to use it,
absolutely.
write
so there
something
is
new. But
please.
there is
absolutely.
creativity involved if you want to take the song and make it your own.
Show us you want to be in this band. Kick the door down.
Here's the bottom line.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Bottom line. Tell me.
bottom line.
We're looking for a new vocalist.
I got that part.
All right.
So let's just move past it. Period.
That's
All
the
right,
bottom
moving
line.
past
Done.
it.
Isn't that pretty fucking simple?
Hit up Fate to Suffer, looking for a vocalist. Bottom
And-
line.
And if you guys think you're metal enough or brutal enough, bring it on.
The brutal
Bring it
lows.
on.
Well put.
So,
So I overheard a conversation when we were on our last break. A couple of you guys have been on tours before with
Yes.
previous bands. So what band did you go on tour with, or bands, and what's the furthest place that you guys got to travel to?
Start with Sean over there. The
Oh,
quiet guy.
I can talk.
Yes, you can.
The only tour I've been on was with Hurt Locker in 2007, and it was for 2 weeks. Supposed to be 3.
It was supposed to be coast to coast.
Yeah. I don't know. So we went out. We started in like San Diego.
Yeah, we
It
started.
was the first show.
Yeah, we started.
The Jumping Turtle.
Something like that.
That was the name.
I
man.
mean, the Southern
Jumping
California was
Turtle.
awesome.
Oh,
it
it was
just took
warm
fucking
in
3 days to
October.
drive there.
Yeah.
To starting out of
Is that a
Chicago.
burp or a growl?
It's
And
fuckface over here.
then we wound up in when we were in Texas. We did like 5 shows, I think.
Yeah.
We were down like McAllen.
what was your favorite show?
McAllen was
favorite?
good.
I think McAllen was my favorite show because
It was.
like half the bands didn't have bass players.
No,
And they were like,
no, the crowd.
and they were like, but there were like some like metal loving Mexicans down in fucking in McAllen.
The crowd was
man.
killer. Crowd was
Yeah.
killer.
They're like, I was signing shit, and they're like, man, you're the Thunder and shit, and I was like, oh, I like that.
San Antonio was good too.
Yeah.
Corpus Christi was good.
Yeah, that was cool. I smoked too much fucking pot.
Well, we were considering who
Man,
we
they
were.
get
the
good pot.
headlining band was Thine Eyes Bleed. It was Tom Araya's brother,
Yeah.
John, and I swear,
They had the best
if you're not
fucking
like
weed.
if you're not like a pro smoker at that time,
I only did 3 hits
I
off
tried.
that joint
Yeah, I
before
tried.
the show, and I was like, hey, this is good. And I got through the show, and then like after the show, it was like fucking tripping pretty much.
It was supposed to be 3 weeks.
Supposed to
turned
be
into
3
2?
weeks, yeah.
What happened? Where was the last week?
Thine Eyes Bleed was not
Thank
really drawing.
no,
And we decided to bail.
we had to
while
back off because
we
we
were
were on the
around
label.
Chicago.
We were on the label, the Napalm Records, and just they thought they'd give us an amount that would last coast to coast, and it ran out.
Uh-oh.
It ran out by the time we got from California back to Illinois, and it was gone.
Ooh.
And so, yeah,
So what were you traveling in back then?
just an RV,
Just an RV?
just a little RV.
That was pretty styling, though. The
Well,
other guys were like driving in vans and like complaining about like,
crashed-
man, what are you
crashed the
fucking
AC
eating for
system
dinner
somehow.
and shit.
Remember we crashed? We went under like some viaduct. We crashed the AC system.
Oh, right.
So then, Justin, Tim, Felipe.
I got to go on tour in 1994 with Afterlife and Malevolent Creation,
Ooh.
Incantation,
Look at that.
Morpheus Descends, Anal Cunt, and Gutted. It was the Metal Massacre tour, and it kicked off at the Metal Fest in Milwaukee in 1995, I want to say.
Nice. Good
And it
year.
was pretty awesome. And from there, we shot straight south and pretty much did every state, all the way down to Texas, went into Mexico, and then we cut over to the East Coast and went over to Florida.
You didn't have to have a passport back then, right?
No, this was like the 90s, man.
That's crazy.
ID was good enough.
Barely.
Yeah, come in, get out, whatever you want to
So
do.
that's a lot of places. How long did that tour run?
It was like about a month or so, maybe a month and a week. Pretty much Milwaukee, straight south, all the way to Texas, and then into Mexico, and then out of Mexico, back into Texas, over to the East Coast, to southern Florida, and then all the way up the coast on the east side.
So you did no West Coast at all.
No West Coast.
That's crazy.
No, it was like a Midwest and then East Coast.
That's cool though.
We went to and then we ended up in Rhode Island, and then we came back down and came home. It was cool.
So what was the coolest place that you went on that tour? Like what was the coolest venue or thing that you saw?
Oh man, that's tough. But I do remember we played in this place in Biloxi, Mississippi. It was a barn that they turned into. No, it was a full blown barn that they turned into a stage.
Yeah.
And it was legit. Like from the outside, you're like, oh boy, where are we at? And then you get in there and you're like
this is
whoa,
badass.
No, this is real. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is really, really cool. And I remember that because it was just so different.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't a typical place.
How was the draw at a barn? What was the venue called?
Oh,
The barn.
The barn.
Yeah, the guy who's filling in on vocals for us, Paul, he was the
remember?
singer of Afterlife of that band. He would remember. I don't.
That's crazy.
But every show was good. It was a good turnout, you know. And I was such a young kid. I was just fired up to be there. I was excited to be.
I'm
in
just
the
happy to
band.
be there.
I'm just happy to be here, and I'm playing in front of all these people. It was really, really, really cool.
Didn't Metal Massacre back in the day used to put out those sampler CDs?
Yes.
Were you on any of those with Afterlife?
Possibly because it was Olympic Records and Relativity
Yeah.
Distribution, so I'm sure there's something in there.
There's something. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I was just such a
You
kid
have one of
back
those?
then.
Mr. Don Decker.
I think I have
Don
a long.
Decker.
I,
That's
I
right.
might
Don
have a
Decker.
long, like, not back that far, but maybe. I remember seeing Metal Massacre CDs. I knew they existed.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like an ad in Metal Edge magazine back in the day or something.
Yeah.
Just seeing that name because I remember seeing a couple of those tour posters back in the day.
You know what was really cool is I agreed to let everybody play my drums.
What?
Yes.
Did you have them sign like a drum head afterwards?
Well, here's the cool
for
thing.
all the
I was a
drummers?
fan of all the bands I was on tour with, so I was like, well,
That's pretty sweet, but then you have
I
to
don't-
replace
I don't-
everything.
Yeah.
When
I
you
don't.
get
I don't.
back.
Well, I didn't care because I didn't want to play anybody else's kit because
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
a stubborn little, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I don't want to play somebody else's stuff. So I'm like,
Did
let's
you
just-
have backup like heads and stuff?
Oh,
in
I
case
had.
everything like.
We were associated with Elliott Electronics. The guitar players in Afterlife had their own bits. They had
was his
their own
idea.
their own cabinets
that.
and their own electronic
forced
stuff.
against
So-
your will.
And I brought enough stuff for backup,
Just in case.
just in case.
What happens?
And-
You break, in the middle of.
But the idea was like I want to be comfortable on my own
Yeah.
drum set every night, and I
And then
didn't
that's
care.
just that much quicker.
I didn't care if
setting
somebody
up.
else played my set. I should bring your own cymbals and bring your own kick pedals. Was my
He still does that too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, you've done that on a couple of shows.
Yeah, you can play my drums. I don't care. Just bring your own cymbals and kick pedals.
There
It
you
makes
go.
it easier for everybody.
What
Dude,
was the
setup and
hardest
everything?
part about touring?
Money.
Money.
It's a young man's game.
Did you lose weight?
Justin's like the women.
Just
fat
getting to the next date and making sure you got enough fuel and whatnot.
Food.
Yeah.
Money.
I mean,
Didn't have a shaver.
5 guys can clash pretty fast.
Ramen was awesome.
Get right.
And I bet the whatever you're traveling
Yeah,
in can
the-
get pretty stinky
Yes.
pretty
Pretty
quickly.
fast.
Microwavable mac and cheese, and, and the deluxe was your $5 Little Caesars.
We'll move on. Luco, you got a bear pick of the week.
Yes, he does.
What?
Yeah.
he
No
does.
way.
Are you ready?
I guess.
All right.
born
Here we
ready.
go.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
The craziest part about it is only 9:30 p.m.
Only 9:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. Hey yo!
Sounds like a song I've heard.
This week and every week is always brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for your recording needs. This week we have the band Take from Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got a twofer for you. It is I Walk Among the Dead and Cast Out. Morgan, let's do it!
What's going on? I'm Morgan Danielle.
I'm Luco Blaze from the Metal Experience in Chicago, Illinois.
And you're listening to Small Town Mentality Podcast with your hosts, Ben and Austin.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You got Diggs McNasty,
Timmy D,
Corey Cormander Davidson,
and Jared Ercole from Fools Brew, and we fucking love metal. So listen in to the Metal Experience because there's some cool motherfuckers. Goddammit, ho ho!
All right, we just heard a twofer. That was the band Take. Take. Take.
Very simple.
From Las Vegas, Nevada. And that was the twofer I Walk Among the Dead and Cast Out. And that segment is always brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. We're rocking out here in the dungeon, the basement of Fitz's Spare Keys. We got the smooth jazz. Oh, yeah. Going on upstairs.
We love smooth jazz.
So we're in the dungeon. Wonderful. It's wonderful. We're rocking out here still with Fate to Suffer.
And it's been a party.
And it's been wild.
To say the least.
What it is?
Yeah, you guys got an autograph session tonight.
An
Maybe
autograph
friends
session?
show up. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having us.
You guys had an autograph
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
More importantly, thanks
You
for
were the
dealing
first
with
band
us.
that's had an autograph
I don't know if we've
session,
ever had a
actually.
really
band
cool.
have an autograph session.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, sweet.
I appreciate
I'm going to have you guys sign my tits after this.
Hey,
Put them
That
away,
is a
Lugo.
done deal.
whatever makes up for this nonsense, we'll do it.
Agreed.
So, your show coming up in February, you're playing with a pretty well-known act.
You guys got a couple of shows coming up.
Yeah.
Well, the one I was referring to is you're actually sharing the stage with Head PE.
Right.
How did you guys get on that show?
It's Ed. Ed contacted us. You know, we played there once before, not too long ago, and I don't know.
Yeah, Ed Rosenberry? Is that his last name?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he books. He think he works there, and he books shows for that place. And,
Where's that
Nice.
The
Hobart, Indiana. It's the Hobart Arts Theater.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
'Cause-
really cool. He's a super cool guy.
And he's also in Korn. He's in Freaking Unleashed.
I think he's
Yes.
freaking. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
he's
the
the
singer.
vocalist of Freaking Unleashed.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've
Yeah.
seen some of their videos. He's pretty good.
And he used to be in, way back in the day, Something Falls. They were on the show like 3 or 4
One
times.
Night
False
Falls?
Deity?
No,
Falls?
Seneca Falls. Boom.
Seneca Falls.
Boom.
Way
Right.
back.
All right.
Way back in the
I
day.
think they
Seneca
were only
Falls.
on our show twice.
Twice. Different versions of Seneca Falls.
We played there before. I don't
Yeah,
know
the
when
King
it was.
810 show.
Yeah, we played. Yes,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you're right, Sean. It was King 810, us, Deaf Ear, Heartsick.
Right.
We played that show.
What
And
is
it was
this
and it was
that
really
you're passing over to us?
It's a phone.
Duh, Morgan.
and I think he dug our band, so he asked us to come back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
Have you ever seen Head PE live?
No.
No, it's gonna be awesome though.
No. It's a little bit different than what we're.
Why would it be
used to.
awesome if you've never seen them live?
Little different.
I
He understands, he understands what I'm trying
Lugo
to say.
took
that
me
your
to see
original
them
impression?
back in, what was it, 2012 or 2013?
I saw them at the House of Blues way
Well-
back in like 03.
That's when they were huge.
That's when they were like blowing
like the
up.
whitest
Yeah.
chick there.
Yeah.
And then we saw them at Mojo's. I mean, this is like,
Yeah.
6 albums later.
Yeah.
Are
5
we
albums.
opening for them?
Yes.
That's correct.
Who else
First
are you guys
band.
playing with?
Ditchwater, Deaf Ear,
Deaf Ear.
us, and Head PE.
yeah.
There's 4 bands.
That's awesome.
What
And
time we
you-
go on?
I'm hoping we actually on this bill. I'm hoping we open.
Yeah.
I want to go open because that's when everyone's gonna fucking be there.
Well, I'd like to open for a couple of reasons. The theater itself, the way it's laid out, there isn't like the most warming green room area, if you will. So there's just like 2 small little hallways. So like if you're the opening band, you can set up, and then you do your thing, right? And then you're not staged. You're not the
Gotcha.
second band stage out in the cold, like iced up. So.
One of the things I always
And then you got to follow us.
Yeah, one of the that's exactly one of the things I always, whenever we get, you get a show in a band, and everyone's like, "Oh," I'm like, "You guys, we get to set the fucking tone."
Right.
Like.
Right.
You don't realize bands have to follow us.
Bands have to follow us.
Dude,
Not
that's
that
the
it's
way
a
you look at it.
competition, but like at the end of the day, it's like you do got to follow that band.
It's
That's
a
cool.
competition.
You set the tone, man. I
Set the
love
tone.
I love setting the tone.
But we love all the tones.
Hell yeah.
Are you telling me that I have to put you on second on
Morgan, I'll
February
arm
28th?
wrestle you. I'll set the tone.
Okay. You're going on second.
All right.
I don't give a fuck.
So you guys are selling tickets to the show. So
we are.
where can you guys people get in touch with you, and how much are you selling them for?
You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our Instagram page, and we will be selling those tickets for $15.
That's a steal.
Yeah, it is a steal, and I can mail you a link to print them yourself, or I can just send them to you, whatever you want.
Whatever's easiest.
Whatever's easiest.
Yeah.
I'd say get a move on it because it's right around the corner. It's like 10 days away or something.
Yeah, almost next week. Well,
Yeah,
this
it's like
next
Wednesday.
week.
It's like Wednesday the 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're almost a week away, and you'll be sharing the stage with some.
I think it's going to be cool because it's a pretty good variety.
It is,
you know?
yes.
It's a huge variety. You got us. We're like straight up just balls out death metal band, and then you got like a Ditchwater, and then Deaf here is like a death metal band. But
I heard
that's
Hobart Theater is haunted. Have you guys had
I hope
any
so.
experiences
Somebody
when you
told
played
me
there
that.
before?
No, but I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
Someone said that. That's cool.
I worked at the Oriental Theater a whole lot, which is now the Nederlander, and that's like one of the most haunted theaters in Chicago. So I'm fine with it.
Ooh, so really quickly.
Any experiences?
Yeah, I was
No.
going to say
Yeah.
nothing.
Unfortunately, not.
You've had an experience at the Oriental Theater?
No, but Justin
Oh.
and I, for outside of the band for a living, we're both stagehands. So we go into all these old
I
theaters.
thought you were going to say Ghost Hunters, but
Wow.
that's
Ghost
fun
Hunters-
too. That's awesome.
Pretty close.
In a way.
Any experiences at any? No.
No,
we've
nothing.
just heard
Supposedly
stories.
this Not place this is haunted. time.
Yeah, but I've never really seen anything here either.
Neither have I. And I come down here like in the basement.
Do you have any
Pitch black all the
paranormal equipment to see any, paranormal shit happening on?
Pretty sure the hauntings that are around when we show up, they're not going to stay around.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're out of here.
We don't want to deal with you punks.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I hear ya.
If I was a metalhead and a ghost metalhead, yeah, I'd fucking leave.
You guys have two more shows after the.
We do.
Head
We
E
have one at the WC Social Club February 19th with Archers, and then after that is March 20th at the Terminus Theater,
Where's that at?
Villa Park,
Yeah.
or Lake Villa, one of those places.
Villa Park and Lake Villa are way different
they
Yeah,
places.
one
They
is
are-
like
let me
way
get
up
my
north,
story.
and one
I
is
want-
like next town over.
Villa
I'm
Park
pretty
is,
sure it's
like,
Lake
right there.
Villa.
I will get my
Right.
story straight.
No, yeah.
So Terminus, I've never heard of,
Terminus. Yeah,
but
Terminus.
the
That's
WC
it.
Social Club
That's
has been blowing up lately.
Absolutely
Like,
has.
I'm excited to play that place.
Yeah, no
I've
doubt.
heard good things.
Wait, where's
Plus,
that at?
Archers is awesome. I've looked them up. They are cool. What a cool band.
What was the other? What did
The
you say?
WC Social Club.
Yes.
Where's that at?
So the next song that we're writing,
I want to say it's Lake Villa.
what's the next song we're writing right now?
The Social Club is in West Chicago.
West Chicago.
West
okay.
Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the bands that are on that bill are Atlanta is Burning,
Nice.
Us, Fate to Suffer, Dead Awake, and Archers.
That
Oh,
is a
nice.
It's gonna be
stacked show.
awesome. That's a super stack. We are very, very excited to be on this bill.
Nice. Yeah, that is
Yep.
a solid lineup.
That is a solid lineup. And then the one in March you were asking about?
Yeah.
Sirens of Sorrow, Us, Fate to Suffer, Skeletal Prison, and Warmouth.
Yep.
And
That's
that's
a
at the Terminus
bunch of
Theater
bands
in Lake Villa.
Lake Villa. Yeah, it's kind of more of our style of
Yeah,
bands. Like
Mm-hmm.
metal wise, it's
That's going to be cool.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say there's a sweet metal place in Villa Park.
yeah, right.
I mean, the closest one that we have is Brower House, and that's
Oh,
the
Brower
closest
House?
to
Brower
us.
House, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Lombard, right down the street.
just right down the street.
Yeah, it's awesome. Brower House rules.
Hell yeah.
Well, we do have a few announcements before we hear the last Fate to Suffer track of the night off of the EP. So just wanted to go through a few of the shows coming up within the next week before our next episode that we're we're doing. So coming up here this coming week, hold on a second. So Through and Through is going to, well, not this week, but Through and Through is next month going on the road for their Our Side Southeast Destruction Tour starting February 13th. They're going to be in Evansville, and then they're going to be doing 4 days between Indiana and Tennessee. So you should check them out. Make sure you check out Through and Through's page and their new music. Sinister Fate just released a brand new music video for you to check out, World in Ruin, off the upcoming CD Broken Minds, Damaged Hearts.
Nice.
And the video was
Awesome.
filmed
We're
at
gonna check that out.
Livewire in Chicago, directed by Juan Arroyo. And the single is on Spotify as well as the other streaming networks. So make sure you check that out. Hold on, there is a lot of things. Ornaco released their EP release show going on February 29th at the WC Social Club. Tanzan, The Green Leaves, Reckless Redemption, and Flesh Burner are going to be playing. So Ornaco, new music. Stay tuned.
Hey-o.
And it's called
Wait, that's
What
a
a Relief.
CD release show?
EP, yeah.
Nice.
Also check out our friends in We Be. They just dropped a brand new album last week. They had their show out in Indiana. It's called, I'm going to butcher this name because I'm
come on.
terrible at English. Triumvirance, Part 1, Dissension. And that is up on all stream networks as well. Spotify, that's a great place. Our friends in Witchhammer have tickets for $12 for their show at the Forge, February 15th. Make sure you check them out and ask for a ticket if needed.
Who are they playing with?
I need to look at that.
Oh,
because-
The Forge is awesome, you guys. I just
Absolutely.
love that place.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we've been there once now as the Forge.
As the
It
Forge.
took us a while to get there once they renamed it.
The new layout's like totally weird. Like
They
you walk
are-
in, it's like,
Yeah.
They
what
are
did they do with the staircase?
Varsity So Soon, The
Yeah.
Truth, and a few more bands are playing. They haven't released all of them. Our friends in Synovial coming up in March are playing with While She Sleeps from the UK, and He Is Legend. So make sure you go check them out. It's their first show of 2020. Vile Cynic is getting ready to hit the studio to record their next EP. So you
Awesome.
could check out their debut EP, which is all on streaming platforms
That's a kick-ass
now.
band.
Ghost of Vindiction. And that is a killer album. Our friends in Bloodletter saying Something Dark is Looming. It's near. It arrives this Friday. So stay tuned to their Facebook page for that. Our friends in Crusadist had some pretty big announcements this week.
Oh, yeah,
one
they
of them
do.
that
Yes.
being that they have some brand new merchandise up on their Store Frontier website.
we know
Badass
those
shirt
guys pretty
designs.
well.
Like,
Yes.
I'm so excited for their long sleeve that I get to buy when I see them in person.
Dude, who doesn't want a metal long
Oh my
sleeve?
God, right?
Oh, these guys are awesome.
But
I prefer 'em.
they are going to
They're
be
awesome.
going on tour, Quest for the Unholy Grail, starting
Yep.
March 20th in Ohio, and they're
Ooh.
going to be playing through April 3rd.
I wonder if they're stopping at any of those Airbnbs.
Listen to our past podcast with them because we went through Airbnb and found 50 of probably the most hilarious Airbnbs,
The best Airbnbs.
including a mattress that you can sleep
a mattress in a
randomly in an
ditch.
alley. You know,
Mattress
you never
in a
know.
ditch.
But definitely check them out. They'll be playing Fitz's Beer Keys for my 30th Thrash Bash.
You're so
I
old.
saw that.
Morgan.
I saw that.
February 28th.
I saw that. We will be
We'll
here.
be here.
I'm
We're not
excited.
gonna
It's
miss
going to be
that.
fun. Luco's band, Architects of Ruin, playing second.
Awesome.
Autumn Leaves opening the show. Bloodletter will be playing with their brand new album out. And then last but not least, we have Walk Among Us, the only piano tribute Misfits band coming in from Indiana. So it's going to be stacked. And I've decided I've been doing paint pouring a lot, and Luco's
Oh, my
mad at me that I've got
goodness.
so many canvases that I don't know what to do with right now. So I
Well,
will
it's because
be...
she's like, I just painted 24 paintings. Morgan, what are we going to do with these?
So I'm going to sell...
We're going to acknowledge them.
I'm
Yeah.
going
Hang 'em
to
up down
sell
here.
them for a reasonable price to put money back in the Metal Experience Fund so we
$2
can
make you holla.
so we can add more money for us to finally buy more shirts this year.
Cool.
So come buy some authentic Morgan artwork. I think it's
Done.
pretty cool.
I would like a.
I've
I
got
would like one
magnets,
of
small
those.
canvases, and then some bigger canvases. More paintings will be on their
Oh
way.
my
I posted
goodness.
some of them that I did this past weekend. It'll be fun, but it's $7. It's going to be awesome. It's all ages till 10:30, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Seems like all the shows are $7. Can you explain that to us?
$7 has
That's her
just
lucky
been
number.
a reasonable price to put, but it's also
You
my
mentioned
lucky
that
number. So I just realized that just so happened to be the way things worked out.
That's awesome.
So next week on our show we have a band. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say the right band. Black in the Day is gonna be on with us for their very first time. So we've had them booked for quite a while. So finally, I feel like the summer bands that we booked for this year are coming around. So Black in the Day will be joining us for our first show of February. And then for February 11th, you can come out here and hang out with us with Buying the Sacrifice. Those are our next 2 episodes for the Metal Experience here every Tuesday at Fitz's Spare Keys in Elmhurst. It's free to come out and chill every week with us in the band and hear our episodes every week. So we do have a Podbean podcast website. If you type in themetalexperience.com, it all comes up there. But we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music. We're on Spotify and YouTube. All of our shows get uploaded to our YouTube channel.
If you say so.
That's what I'm saying now.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So that's what I got. So any last things that we left out for Fate to Suffer, and then where can everybody find everything Fate to Suffer and all the merchandise that you have available for people to buy from you?
I think the best solution for that is check out our Facebook, and there are multiple links.
T-shirts.
There are links to the other places
T-shirts.
like Bandcamp and Reverb Nation.
Stickers.
And CHX Collective.
CHXcollective.com,
Yep. And then there should be a link to the Instagram, which is kind of cool. I don't know.
Kind of cool?
Kind of cool.
Only kind of cool?
We had to
redo it.
Start over a couple.
We had to start over.
A couple of times?
You know how
we
it
had to
goes.
start over. So.
I got you.
No, T-shirts. T-shirts.
Yes.
What sizes do we have?
All
Tell
of
me
them.
that.
Whatever you want.
You can get
Whatever we want.
It's
You actually
We got
custom made.
extra small fucking ladies.
Extra small, I don't think is a
Actually,
size.
the cool thing about our page with
If you're a
CHS Collective
female
is
that has
it's made to order.
definitely a
Whatever you
size.
want. Whatever you want. Seriously, you could put in an order for whatever you want.
15XL, done.
You want Fate to Suffer on a kid's sock?
I don't
He'll
think
make it.
we have the
That's
15XL.
awesome.
No, you guys
No, we got the fucking 14XL, but not the 15XL.
Damn it.
That's a cutoff.
Guess what?
You can't win everything, guys. You just can't win everything.
But guess what? It's
Losing
so
most.
happening.
So the last track of the night that you guys have off of the Killing Things EP, what is it?
Death Dealer.
Death Dealer. And is
Yes.
that what was on the shirts that you've given us before? That guy with the
it's-
mask with the long hooked nose?
We based a lot of our starting off stuff on the Plague Doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The Plague Doctor. So for
Yeah.
those that
Plague.
don't know what it is, Plague Doctor.
Yes.
Plague, Morgan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. I thought he said plate. I
Oh,
had a totally different
yes, the
envision.
Plate
I was
Doctor.
like, wait, what's a Plate Doctor? It's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, what is the Plague Doctor?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna leave that up to Sean.
Johnny.
It really goes back to the Black Plague. That's all it is. It was doctors that were.
But what was the point of the mask? Anybody know?
Because they'd put the
the long hooked weird
something
bird
like
nose.
incense or something in
Was
the
it?
in the
There were
nose.
Really?
Flowers and
so
shit.
that he couldn't smell
The death.
the decaying flesh of the people who are still alive, but they're just
Ooh,
barely
that gave me
still
chills.
alive.
But then you also, so when you're like helping them work,
But you got to remember,
you poke them in the eye with your
Calm.
nose.
just remember how calm he's speaking about this. So let him
Like
speak.
what you're doing right now.
Let him speak.
So calm.
Dude, shut up.
It makes
very
sense.
calm.
That's creepy. So Death Dealer, the last track off of Killing Things, will be what we end tonight with, and definitely very excited to hear what you guys create next with
Thank
Nick
you.
and TiVo. That's
Yeah.
very exciting.
Thank you, Morgan.
Um,
I mean, if any band ever, they're like, oh, we recorded with Nick,
Oh,
we know it's going to be
expect
bad.
perfection.
Oh,
It's
I
gonna be
I
amazing.
recommend Nick big time.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
from my
definitely.
perspective, from a drummer's perspective, like you go in there, you think you got it together.
Yeah.
He was a
And
taskmaster.
He's a
Yeah.
taskmaster.
And he
Like,
doesn't just record metal; he records everything.
He does everything.
Yeah.
That's
But he's
what helps. That's what
yeah.
helps.
like I said earlier, you get a little bit of slice of humble pie because you go in there and you think, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't.
Can you,
Can you get another
can you
one?
do that again?
And myself, Justin, Skish, Sean, he brought out the best in us. I highly recommend the Nook Studio. 100%.
Hell yeah. We do too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you to our audience for coming out and hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks,
It
dudes.
was
Thanks,
awesome
bros.
to meet some new people, and I hope that everybody else listening knows that the Metal Experience is open to audience viewing if you want to come out for
It's
free to
always
Fits and
free.
Spare Keys.
They got the
every
Modelo's on
Tuesday.
tap.
Luco
Can't beat
likes
it. Super
that.
cool.
Modelo's on
So
tap.
next
Hell
week,
yeah.
Black in the Day. But until then, enjoy Death Dealer, the last track off of the Killing Things EP.
See ya.
Fate to Suffer. Good night.
Your pain, I am. Your death, I am. Your death. Dig into my head. 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 Give a man that everyone sees. Shoot and start up, make your day. New way for the people to follow you. Keep on following. I'm your dealer. Fight, fight, live a fight, fight. Fight, fight, live a fight, fight. Will they follow, will they die? Will you give them every chance to do their own thing? Will they follow, will they die? Will you give them every chance to do their own thing? To do good. Who can take to open the dealer? It will drive you insane, the dealer. Who can take to open the dealer?